Sexy motherfuckers. Oh, we live.
Sexy motherfucker.
Yeah, that's us, gentlemen with cocktails. Sexy motherfuckers. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's cut that off.
Hello.
Yeah, I always forget to do that. Aloha, everyone. We are live and expired today and with sexy motherfuckers, apparently. You know, we are the Gentlemen with
Hola.
Cocktails. I'm one of your hosts, Gregory Cobrana, also known as the Handsome Cobra, and my other co-host.
I'm Chris Swartzlander, drinker of coffee.
Destroyer of men, and also known as the Chris in some realms.
The Chris.
The Chris.
Stay away from the Chris. Don't make fun of your movie.
Yes, everyone. We are going to get into.
Hello, everybody.
Well, hello. Is anybody in the? No one's in the chat yet. All right, that's nice. But yeah, we are going to get into. Chris went and saw Glass without me, but that's very nice. We're gonna get into that.
Sorry.
We're gonna get into
No.
I totally told.
I saved your life, is what I did. I threw myself in front of a cinematic bullet for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll probably watch it, but now from hearing from you, man, I'll probably either wait till it comes out to the $3 movie or Redbox it. But yeah, we're gonna get
Absolute
into that.
rental.
We're gonna get into some comic books too. We're gonna get into some movie news as well, because we'll get into that. And also too, there's something that I threw at Chris, and if we have time to do it, because we may have a full schedule already. But yeah, I just want to talk about like his opinions and my opinions on the modern day celebrity, because I saw this documentary about the Fyre festival that was supposed to happen in 2017, but never happened. So yeah, we'll probably get into that.
What a mess that was.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like we'll probably get into like what is a modern day celebrity, how is it different from like celebrities back in the day, like movie stars and stuff, where now everybody is like a YouTube sensation, is I guess like a celebrity or a person on Instagram. But we'll get into that later if we have time. So, but yeah, let's you want to start out with what we're reading, the comics, or do you want to start?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
What are you reading?
I am okay. So I just read Aquaman 44 because that came out this week. I've actually read a few books. I know I was telling you I read both the Shazam #1 and 2 because Shazam 2 came out. That series has been really good, man, so far. I'll start off with the Aquaman. Aquaman it's number 2 in the Unspoken Water story arc, and that is with Kelly Sue DeConnick as the main writer now, taking over from Dan Abnett. And I cannot remember the person who's doing the art on it. It's Rocco. It's Roca. I'm sorry. The gentleman's name is Roca.
Yeah.
Last name.
Greg?
Phenomenal artist. Really good. I mean, I love the art. It's very good.
It's Roca or Low Roca?
It's Roca. ROCK.
Okay.
Or ROCHA, I believe. Yeah, Roca.
Okay.
Roca. Yeah, Roca. I think it's Roca. But not like Della Roca. But yeah, it's continuing with that. We actually see in the book, because Arthur is named, he still has like amnesia from the event Drowned Earth. We see Mara for a few seconds where she's trying to get in touch with Arthur, but she can't, and she's in the throne room, and apparently she has suitors. Since she's queen, they're telling him, hey, it's like, how long are you gonna, basically kind of like doing like a Princess Jasmine type thing, because I guess it's been a while since the events of Drowned Earth, like a few months, and it's kind of like a Aladdin Princess Jasmine, like she keeps on, I guess, denying suitors and stuff, and they're like, hey, you're a queen without a king, so it's just kind of like one of those things, we are still looking for Arthur, but it's basically like they're basically telling her it's kind of like a fool's errand at this point, and she's like, well, I'm connected I would have felt, him passing or something like that if he wasn't still around. So, and we still don't know where the hell these unspoken waters are, but we do get some backstory on the individuals that are here, and they're actually gods. Some are gods of thunder and rain. Some are gods. One of them is a god of like the deep sea, and it's just like all the inhabitants. I mean, they look human, but then they go into this bonfire, and you see like in the smoke and ashes, like half of their forms change while the smoke is rising and ashes are falling too. So it's really cool. I mean, the art's phenomenal in it. And also too, Arthur, named Andy now, he's afraid of water apparently, and like he wants nothing to do with water. He's terrified by it, and so they actually force him into the water, kind of basically drown him in the ocean, because he's like, no, I'm gonna die, because they basically want him as their champion to fight this other goddess or god or dark god. It's still kind of hazy on the details because they only kind of give you bits and pieces, but it's really good and I'm really intrigued by it. But yeah, and then the final panel is him breathing water. It's like, yeah, no shit, dumbass, but it's really cool. And you see his eyes glow, which is like they glow green, cool. which is fucking awesome. Yeah. And yeah, man, it just I really enjoy the story. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm not a big Kelly Sue DeConnick fan. I know we talked about it before. I did like what she did with Captain Marvel from Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. So, it's just like what we were talking about before, Bitch Planet, just not my cup of tea, but hey, it's totally cool. I mean,
yeah,
it's more of that indie flavor, but which isn't bad, just not for me. But yeah, it's like I'm liking what she's doing with Aquaman. I'm definitely still looking forward to it. And I'm still on board, man. So if you haven't picked up issue 43, which starts the new arc, you should. Aquaman is badass. He got the long hair, looking like Jason Momoa and shit, so, and the beard. And so yeah, it's
so he's doing the 90s throwback thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's still blonde hair, blue eyed.
That's the hook.
Has a bit more of a tan, kind of tanned up his skin a bit, but
yeah.
Well,
so, I loved the 90s Aquaman look. I loved it when he had the long. I loved it. The Aquaman Metallica mix.
Yeah, because I mean, the dude looks like a fucking James Hetfield from like '89. Like And Justice for All.
Yeah, he does. He
does. It's like, damn.
Yeah,
dude,
he does. Yeah. Yeah. When they did that in the 90s, when they gave him the hook hand and all that, I was like, my God, he looks like Hetfield.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this one though is minus the hook hand, so it's so we don't have to worry about any of that shenanigans. But yeah, and then
like him hurt himself when he wipes his ass.
Oh geez, yeah. It's like, do I have like a prosthesis for this? I don't know how. I may give myself a bloody prostate exam here.
Boy, it plays hell in my hemorrhoids.
But yeah,
I'm gonna check that out. I like Aquaman. I've liked Aquaman for years. Even when he was the big joke on Super Friends, I've always enjoyed the Aquaman character. Those outside of comics have always made fun of Aquaman. So it's understandable. People didn't read comics, didn't know who he was or what he was about. So he was an easy target to make fun of. I'm reading Freedom Fighters right now. I just finished issue 2. I gotta say, I mean, it's an interesting story. It's been done before. That's what Freedom Fighters have always been about. Earth 3 was the dimension that was where the Nazis won World War II and they took over America, and they basically rule the world. And this is nothing new that's being written here. I hope it does. They do change up a few things. They have killed off a couple of the characters and replaced them, but and the books are way too short. I'm paying $4 for 8 to 10 minutes of entertainment. That's kind of, that's kind of sad. The art's good. I am a little bit upset that they seem to be hesitant to draw an actual Nazi swastika in here, and I'm not advocating for Nazism or anything like that before anyone loses their fucking mind. But it is a part of history, and comic books have never shied away from it before. Comics started during World War II, and they always fought Nazis, and they were never afraid to show what the Nazis and who the Nazis were, and on up through even, the 90s and the early 2000s, whenever they had a group fight actual Nazis from World War II, they were never afraid to show swastikas or Nazi propaganda or stuff like that. It seems to me that they're just shying away from it just to be PC, and I hope that's not the case. The swastika they're showing is some stylized version. I'd like to hear a reasoning for it. I don't think that, they introduced Hitler too in this particular issue, who apparently is the son of or the ancestor of Hitler. So if they're going to show Hitler, I don't understand why they don't show an actual swastika. And I know it's a weird sticking point, but being a World War II history buff, like I've always been, I kind of like things to be accurate when it comes to stuff like that. If it's a stylistic change that they're saying was made, by the Nazi Party, I might buy it, but I don't see them ever changing their symbol that was supposed to represent the 1,000-year Reich, if you get what I'm saying. But it's a good book so far. I'm enjoying the writing, the art's really good. It's a decent book. I'm also reading Books of Magic, which is Tim Hunter. For those not familiar with Tim Hunter, just pick up any of the Hogwarts books, because Tim Hunter is Harry Potter. Tim Hunter is a young magician that, he's British, wears glasses, has a magic owl, and he's destined to be the greatest magic user on Earth's plane in the future. And this book is about him growing up, which is, and it's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. Again, it suffers from the same problem that a lot of the new comics suffer from, and that's not enough substance in each issue. They go by way too quickly. On the other hand, I'm also reading The Dreaming, which is a phenomenal book, and it is what you would expect in a comic book. It's full of exposition, it's full of narrative, and it's really well written, and it will take you 15 to 20 minutes to read, as opposed to 5. It's not just a bunch of pictures with an average of 6 words per page. It's an actual book with a good narrative, and it's really well done. If anyone is interested in a good Neil Gaiman-ish take on The Dreaming, definitely pick up The Dreaming. It's very, very good. But that's all I'm reading this week. I haven't got to my new Immortal Hulk book yet, but I will. And there's the cover to the new Immortal Hulk. Excellent. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, that's like
but that's where I am.
Who writes the Freedom Fighters and does the art? Do you know?
Who writes the what? Freedom Fighters?
Yeah, Freedom Fighters. Do you have an next?
Yeah, Venditti.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Venditti?
Oh, yeah.
Shit, man. I mean, that's kind of crazy because, dude,
like I said, it's a good book. It's just too short.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, I was I was gonna say, man. I mean,
And the art,
he took.
actually,
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
it no. The art is done by what is this person's name? Eddie Barrows.
Oh, Eddie Barrows, man, he's good, dude. He did the first.
But here's what I'm talking about. Can you see that stylized, weird-looking swastika?
Yeah.
It takes away. It takes me out of the whole story. I don't believe they're Nazis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only thing,
I could see it being some weird neo-Nazi fringe group. But these are actual Nazis from World War II that won the war. There'd be no reason for them to do that.
The only thing I can think of, since it's like hit, because you said it's a what is it? Descendant, right, of Hitler?
Yeah, it's a descendant. I think they called him Hitler II, so I'm assuming it's his son.
Okay.
But if it's his son, then he's awfully long-lived.
The only
you see what I'm saying?
The only thing,
look that old.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, man, is that they're like, okay, well, it's like kind of like how like and see, this is weird because neo-Nazis, they still use the fucking same swastika. It's like the only thing I can say is that it has morphed into this newer version. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, hey, we need to update our shit. So that's the only thing I can come up with, because that's just kind of fucking weird.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's some stylistic choice from within the group. Yeah. But I just don't see that happening, because they were supposed to be a 1,000-year Reich, and they would never have changed that emblem.
Well, it's like, okay, like, you know how like in Batman 89, right? They didn't even use the fucking original bat symbol. No, it's like, whatchamacallit, on the suit, they had to put that little fucking tail there because Tim Burton wanted to put his fucking stamp on it. Just like whatchamacallit put the nipples on the fucking suit. You know what I'm saying? Every director, every premiere has to put their fucking stamp on it. That's the only thing I can think of is like, okay, well, Adolf Hitler II is like, well, that was my father's era. Okay, I need to put my fucking stamp on it. That's the only thing that is pragmatic.
I could see
logical to me.
That would make sense.
But I don't know.
That would make sense. I just don't want it to be. I would really hope that it's not some PC choice, because we keep wanting to ignore bad things that happened in the past. And if you forget the past, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
So stop being afraid to look at the past and face it and look what happened, and start looking forward to a better tomorrow is all I got to say.
No, I'm with you, man, because to me, it's like, it's one of those things where, okay, if you're afraid to put the swastika in the book, it's like, all right, number one, it's a teaching method. It should be used as like a teaching method. Like, listen, look, these are bad people. Yes, this was their symbol.
Absolutely.
But to me, if Robert Venditti's like, listen, look, yeah, it's a 1,000-year Reich, but Adolf Hitler's son has so much fucking hubris. And he's like, well, screw my old man's way. That was his day. This is my day. You know, it's like, I need to put my stamp, my label, my mark on it. So it's like, that's the only thing I could come up with. But also, too, man, like,
I could see that. And that's why. Is that why? Because if it is, that would make sense. And maybe they'll address it in the storyline. I hope they do.
I mean, that would, I mean, dude, I mean, I think Robert Venditti has like a Twitter, man. I mean, I don't know, or social media. You could probably like DM him and like ask, like direct message him and be like, hey, man, I mean, is there some reason why, and if he says, well, hey, wait until later on in the story, or it's like, I mean, that's what, and see, that's what's so cool about like social media now, where you can ask a motherfucker. I mean, you don't have to, outright, like, unless if he doesn't have like direct messaging set up, where it's like, you kind of have to tweet at him and be like, hey, listen, look, because that's why I'm not really big on Twitter, unless if someone direct message.
I'm not on Twitter.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, no, I left Twitter. Just horrible people on Twitter.
maybe he has. I don't know if he has Facebook. I think he does.
But you see what I'm saying? I want to see, you know, the freedom fighters have always been against the Nazis, and I want to see him taking it to the Nazis. You know what I mean? I want to see him cracking Nazis' skulls, not pseudo Nazis. I want to see him beating the shit out of fucking Nazis, you know, German Nazis, which is, you know, what they're supposed to be.
No, I'm with you, brother. Yeah,
and it's an interesting story so far, and I like it. I like what's going on. They're slowly leading to the return of Uncle Sam.
Oh, really?
Now that people have seen the freedom fighters in action, Uncle Sam is coming back. He's reawakened because you know, Uncle Sam's power is always based on America's spirit, America's fighting spirit. And he's been slumbering. But now that people have seen what has happened with the freedom fighters, they've gone up against this big iron police unit and destroyed it. And, you know, people are starting to feel hopeful again. And at the end of it, you know, they said the sleeping giant awakes, and they you know, they allude to Uncle Sam, and I can't wait to see him. He's one of my favorite characters. I can't wait to see him come back and start busting some heads. That'll be cool. And I like the replacements that they've had. Dollman had to be replaced, and Black Condor had to be replaced because they were killed in the first issue, which takes place a few years before the main storyline. The beginning of the first issue takes place before that, and their replacements are pretty cool. I'm really enjoying that. They have a female replacing Dollman, who just is kicking ass. I believe that there was back in the 40s when Dollman had, I believe there was a doll woman, and I am not sure. I'd have to go back and I'm not sure if this is a re-representation of that character, which would be really neat. But it's good, man. It's good to see the freedom fighters back in action, because it's been, you know, a long time since they've been back in action on Earth 3. The last time that they appeared in comics was just before and just after Infinite Crisis, and it was on Earth 1, or you know, the prime Earth at that time. Yeah. And it's just good to see them back at their roots. I've always loved these characters. They are, you know, I'm a bit, like I said, I'm a big World War II buff. I love the JSA, and right behind them is the love World War II characters, and seeing them take it to the, as they call them, ratsies.
Ratsies
is yeah, and the Plastic Man character, who's a villain, it's Plastic Man, you know, with like the double lightning Z's, you know.
Oh, like, yeah, like the SS, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, see, that's like
he's a good villain.
Well, I just wanted to say before we get into anything else, we have a new subscriber, Jason Goldberry. Subscribe to the channel. So yay, thank you so much.
Jason Goldsberry.
Goldsberry, excuse me.
I love that motherfucker. Jason Goldsberry is the basically the art director on my novels.
Oh, really? Okay.
He does all the yeah, he does all the and he's my best friend. But he does all the covers and does all the page layouts and stuff for getting the books ready to send them to the printers. So he's an awesome dude. He is a good man. He's got like 90 kids and
how many kids is they?
He's got 90 kids. I told him what causes it, but he just won't listen to me.
Yeah, but yeah, we totally thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason.
You are the man.
He's the man.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to get that out. So because
no.
But yeah, that's
a good thing.
It's it kind of reminds me of like just like a it's like even like The Man in the High Castle, like where it's like I know they I haven't seen the TV show on Hulu. I have the book. I own the book or the short story, and it's really good. I like it, and it's by Philip K. Dick, you know, Blade Runner fame, or what is it? What? Damn it, I can never remember. I have the book, and I can never. What is it? Do Androids Dream of doing? What the hell is the name of the
Electric
book?
Sheep.
Yeah,
Do Androids Dream of
Electric Sheep. I can never remember that title, dude. You know, I'm so bad when it comes.
Did you read the comic series? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Dude, I didn't even realize there was a comic.
Oh, it was really well done. They took the actual book and broke it down into, and so it's not Blade Runner. It's actually Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep.
Yeah.
And they took the story and broke it down into the comic series, and it's beautifully well done. It doesn't miss a beat. It doesn't miss anything from the book. It has all the narration, and it's really well done. It was a prestige format book, and it's excellent. If anyone gets a chance, pick it up. Pick it up. I can't remember who did it. I'm wanting to say IDW, but that's probably wrong.
Yeah, I definitely have to check that out. Because yeah, I mean, I like the book as well, because I mean, was it Deckard? Rick Deckard is I mean, he's just basically like a character who's crapped on in the whole damn book. It's you know, and because in the one the Blade Runner that interrogates the first Annie, who gets where he gets clipped in the beginning of the movie, that's the one. I can't remember the character's name, but that's the one that is basically the Rick Deckard character in the book, the one that always like retires them and shit and stuff like that. But I could not see Harrison Ford being like, oh, no, I'm not doing this. No. It's like, so that I could see Ridley Scott like, okay, Harrison, we're gonna rewrite. You know, you're the main guy. You know,
whatever you say, Harrison. Just keep acting for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't leave. I'll pay you more money. Yeah, it was done by Boom.
Oh, right.
It was done by Boom. It's a 24 issue series, and it's well worth it. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
So if any of you out there want to read it, check it out. I don't know if it's collected.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check. Man. Whoop, 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 whoop. It doesn't look like they've collected it. So
okay, so basically try to have to hunt. You said 24 issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really well done, though. I mean, if you get a chance, man, it's good.
Yeah, hopefully you can go to like one of the local like comic shops, and hopefully you can get them for like $1. Like, or you'd be like, hey, I'll give you like $15 for the whole load, you know, for the whole lot.
Yeah, I don't imagine that they've gained in any value. I mean, it came out in 2009. You know, it's books like these that you might find in a quarter box somewhere and just be, you know, woohoo, look what I found, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it's
Marvel Comics did do a super special for Blade Runner.
Did they really?
Oh yeah. Back in '82.
Oh yeah, that's because that's when I came.
That was back when. Yeah, that was back when they were doing all the licensed books. Remember?
Yeah.
If it was a licensed book, it was either Marvel or DC. You know, it wasn't any of these smaller companies. You know, unless it was a smaller company that owned a license, like the Walt Disney books and stuff like that.
I will say, man, like if you're looking for something that has like a lot, that's a pretty big, thick read. It's the new Jeff Johns Shazam, and that's.
Oh, really? I've checked it out.
The first one, I will say, it goes by pretty quick. There's not a lot of dialogue in it because it starts out like in a museum and stuff like that, and they're learning. It's you know, it's set in Philadelphia, and at the Philadelphia Museum, and they're learning about him and Freddie Freeman. Billy Batson and Freddie Freeman are learning about the Revolutionary War and stuff like that. And then basically you have these guys dressed up in Justice League masks robbing this place for the antique muskets and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a reverse of like what they did in like Homecoming, where like the guys are like robbing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And they're like they're the Avengers. Yeah, it's just kind of like a reverse. I thought it was like so I'm like, oh, they totally took that from Homecoming. That's and one thing that Freddy says, like when they go back home, they're like, hey, you know, a great power comes with shared responsibility. because you see the whole team, like they have Mary Marvel, Freddie Freeman, they have Darla there. Who's the other kid? Crap. There's like two.
They had the Lieutenant Marvel.
Did they? Okay, yeah. There's one kid that can talk to computers. I can't remember what his name is.
I have no idea.
And then there's like the big strong.
Sounds to me like they've updated the character.
Yeah, I think they have, but it's really good. And they also too in the book you find out that, and I'm not really trying to spoil this book, but they go to there's like the train. There's this because it's actually Billy Batson's birthday, and so they go to the Rock of Eternity and stuff like that. And there's actually this way station that the kid who can talk to electronics and stuff, he can actually read like the writings and stuff in the Rock of Eternity at it's called the station. And there's like these waypoints, these like 6 or 7 waypoints where you can go to different places, because apparently where the Rock of Eternity was, there was 7 places for the people who sat on the throne. So you had Shazam, and then the six other wizards and sorceresses, and there's actually supposed to be 7 people in the Shazam family. Well, in book 2, you kind of you find out, I won't say who it is, but you find out who this 7th person is to make all their powers, I guess, like whole. And because the kid who can read the scripture, he's like, listen, there's supposed to be 7 of us, and there's only 6, but we need to find this missing 7th person. And you actually find out who it is and stuff, because they actually go to one of these lands. And there's also another big reveal for Billy Batson at the end of the first one, which I won't give away, but it's really good. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to this new Shazam movie. Like, I've seen the latest trailer, and you see like Billy Batson, the kid, run off the friggin' like at the top of the building and just kind of yell out Shazam, and you see like this lightning bolt come down and boom, like, and then he becomes like Shazam. It's so cool. If you haven't seen, it's like a 30-minute clip that they showed in like.
He's such a great character. He's such a great character. He's always been an interesting character. That kid in a grown-up body. I think it's going to be an excellent film. I look forward to it. I'm just a little concerned about what I like to call a DC curse.
I think
let's hope they're past that with Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the other thing too that we'll get into later, because I know that, because I want to talk to you about Wonder Woman 1984, because Patty Jenkins actually said some stuff about coming back and doing that she already has, and we'll get into it a little bit later, but she knows where the story is going to go after 1984, so after this new one, to basically do her
excellent.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's like, but that the new Shazam book by Jeff Johns has a lot of depth in it. I like how they have, and they also have like the first one actually has a backup story about Mary Marvel, which is really cool. And because I didn't really know I didn't really know the character all that much. I knew a little bit about Freddie Freeman, and I knew about Mary Marvel a little bit, but it kind of sums up hers like within like 8 pages as to like how she was introduced to Victor and Rosa, and also Freddie as well. How Freddie was, I guess, was the first adopted kid, and it's really good. Like the first issue I have, and I love it. It's a good one.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it's good. Well, they put the right guy on it.
Yeah.
I think John just recently, and by recently, being old could for me recently could have been 10 years ago. Didn't John's just revamp Captain Marvel, Shazam?
Yeah, he did a series. I think it was like 13 issues. It was Shazam for the New 52. That really, because he was actually first introduced in the Justice League comic books of the New 52.
In the Justice League, in the back of it, right?
Yeah,
As a backup story.
Yeah, I have those stories. I actually like those, man, because they were just like really quick. You see him go.
Gary Frank did the art, I think.
Yeah, Gary Frank. Yep. Oh, dude, yeah, he makes them look so good, man. And yeah, so I
that
like
was actually that was good. So, I mean, you give John something and it's going to be gold. I mean, that's why he's in the position he's in now.
Yeah, see, I didn't read the New 52 Shazam, but I'm thinking that it actually continues in that, because they make reference, like Victor and Rosa make reference to Billy, because this is his like 1 year anniversary, because basically I think, yeah, it's Billy's birthday, but it's also his 1 year anniversary of being with the family, I think, or 2 year. I think it's 1 year. I could be wrong. Okay. But it's like, but because they make in the book, when they come back from the museum and stuff, they make Billy's favorite food, also Garfield's, lasagna, and for his yeah, for being with them 1 year anniversary, and Victor, says like, hey, since it's Billy's like 1 year anniversary with us, I made his favorite food, lasagna and stuff, and so yeah, man. I mean, I really enjoy. I didn't think see. It's like one of those things where I didn't know if I was going to enjoy the story. I really love the art in the first one. The second book, it's a different. The first one, it's by Dale Eaglesham, I think, or Eaglesham.
Yeah.
It's Eagle and then Sham.
Eaglesham. Yes.
Yeah. And he's really good. Like the first, like he does the cover for the second book, like the regular cover, but he doesn't do the interior art. I think it's Marco. I can't remember. I can't pronounce them. It starts with a T, but his art's okay. But he makes Billy look really young, because in the book, in the first one, Billy's like he looks to be about 16, because Mary, she mentions that, hey, listen, look, I have to get back and do my college entrance exam, and it's due. I have to study for that next week, and I'm like, oh shit! So she's a senior, and they make reference that she's older than Billy. So I'm guessing Billy's like a sophomore or something, or maybe a junior in high school. But in the first one, they make him and Freddie look older, like they're high school kids, not really so much. Well, I guess like 14. Yeah, you would be like just in high school. Yeah, like ninth grade. But yeah, I mean, they make him look older. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Where I know, like in the movie, he's going to be like 14, like originally.
Yeah, Eaglesham is a great artist. He did work on the Justice Society of America.
Oh, did he really? Okay.
The 2009 run, and it was just phenomenal, or 2008 to 2009, something like that.
See, but new artist. I've never seen him before.
He's great. Oh yeah, he's done Fantastic Four. He's done quite a bit of work.
Oh wow, okay. Well, yeah,
he used to work on CrossGen.
I don't know what that is.
Remember the CrossGen comics, Sigil, and oh shoot.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know Sigil. I didn't know that those were CrossGen.
Yeah. CrossGen was he did some Dark Horse work too. I'm looking him up now. Oh wow. CrossGen was actually bought by Disney.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I mean, Disney is buying up everything. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, that's why I hate them. Yeah, they had Sojourn, which was excellent.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
Ruse, which I was reading. They had some good stuff. And they were profitable, so of course Disney bought them. And this was the Disney acquisition of Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
But that wasn't long after that.
But yeah,
good stuff. Great art, great story.
Yeah, the next one, and I'll just do one more because I read a few, but the last one I'll end off with for comics is the Avengers number 13. It's the new Jason Aaron run. The Steve Epting actually does the cover, and the interior art is Andre Sorrentino, who did Old Man Logan. The run, not the graphic novel. Or the
not the original.
Yeah, all new, all different. Yeah, when they went
not the original.
Yeah, because that was Steve McNiven. Yeah, when they did the Old Man Logan one. And but yeah,
and that was within the Wolverine series, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like I have like most of those comic books. I'm missing like
I have them. They're excellent.
Yeah, they're
excellent.
The only I'm missing the one with like Red Skull on the cover where he has the Captain America outfit on. I'm missing that one. Hey, Sapphire, what's going on? We have a guest.
Look at him. This is guaranteed to increase viewership.
I know.
Hi.
Puppies always do. Oh, yeah, so
what you doing, puppy? Was you outside? She was on chicken watch.
I know, she got that badass spike collar, man. It's like don't mess with mine.
She loves
my friends.
She loves chasing anything out there that goes after her chickens.
Damn right. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
that. No, you're good, man. No, but yeah, so I picked that up because I love Iron Fist. I don't care what fucking anyone says.
I love Iron Fist.
I love the Immortal Iron
Fist. I'm a Denny Rand Iron Fist fan.
See,
old school Claremont.
Yeah, I love Claremont, his run. I love the one that really got me into it was the Immortal Iron Fist with Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction, like where they basically just rewrote the whole backstory about Kun Lun and Shao-Lao the Undying and having the 7 cities of heaven and stuff like that, and how there's like a secret 8th city. And you got a chicken.
This is Sheila. Say hi. She's got a cute little comb on her. She's the one that got attacked by the fox.
Oh, really? Okay, so she's the one where.
Yeah, she's all healed now. Here, please take her. Try to do a show. I'm so sorry.
No, you're totally good, man. No, it's like me and squirrels. It's like, oh, squirrel, all right, derail. But no, so
I feel like Jack Hanna on Letterman.
Yeah.
When you bring in the animals.
But that's going back. Letterman, geez.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually the second book that they've done. It's kind of like if you've read the Star Wars series where they have like the Obi-Wan, where like every 7 to 6 issues you would have like an Obi-Wan story from Obi-Wan's journal. It's kind of like how they did this, because what they're doing, at least this is the pattern so far, because with number 7 they did a backstory about Ghost Rider 1 million BC, because it looks like they're doing one-shots of the Avengers from the 1 million BC era, where you had Ghost Rider, Odin, Phoenix, Black Panther, Starbrand, the first Sorcerer Supreme, I believe, was a part of that, and the first Iron Fist. So, and this all started with Jason Aaron was the person who wrote the special issue of Marvel Legacy issue 1, just like how DC, like a year before they did, DC Universe Rebirth issue 1. So, but this one, I have read the Ghost Rider one, just to let everyone know. I believe that's issue 7. It's really good. But this one, I won't give too much away. I'll try to keep spoilers down to a minimum. About the Iron Fist one, this is issue 13 of Avengers. Jason Aaron is doing this run as well. This is a one-shot, so it's a one and done. So if you love Iron Fist, the character or just the lore of it, I implore people to pick it up. But it starts out, you actually find out that this woman name of I believe it's Fen Fei, Fei. I don't know if it's Fee or Fei, but I'm gonna go with Fen Fei since it kind of rolls off the tongue. She is actually sent to the person who it looks like they are the Thunderer at the time, and they are basically are in chains, and they are taken to this person, and she is basically sentenced to death by I guess death by the dragon Shao Lao. Now at this time, Shao Lao is not called the Undying. Shao Lao is just Shao Lao the dragon. And the reason why her charges is because she taught Neanderthals martial arts. And so, which I thought was pretty badass. And you see these, I believe it was like 4 or 5 cavemen or cave people, because I think I don't know if they were all cavemen or if there was a woman there too, but yeah, I guess at this time they have access to Earth. She went into Earth and basically trained these people in the martial arts, and I guess that's because in the panels, like in the boxes, it says like she committed the most heinous crime in all of Kunlun, and that is actually teaching outsiders the martial art of the Iron Fist, or not. Excuse me, she's not even the Iron Fist at this time. So basically, she goes in, or they push the cavemen in, the cave people in, and they basically die almost instantaneously. She, with all her rage and stuff, is put down into the pit where, I mean, it's a gorgeous like side view of Shao Lao. And it just, I mean, looks like something out of fucking Dungeons and Dragons. It's part of my language, but it's just it's phenomenal. I mean, I love the Andre Sorrentino art is magnifique, and it's just
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's fucking, man. It's like the $4 I spent for this book is, what's that?
Worth the price of admission.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And that's why, like, I skimmed through a little bit, man, but yeah, dude. I mean, the whole art, man, all the way through, like, he does not skimp on it. I mean, it's worth it.
That's good.
And Jason Aaron writes a phenomenal story too. Like, but yeah, you basically see her fight the dragon, and basically she does like this friggin' like somersault, like double hammer punch fist through the back of his friggin' skull, and she kills him. And her hands are like molten, like at the end. And they're like, hey, since you killed Shao Lao the dragon, you are excommunicated. You are no longer welcomed here in Kunlun. And so yeah, and basically she wanders Earth, and she tells herself, like, listen, look, I am no longer going to train the cave people, the Neanderthals, but I will protect them. And she doesn't really, I guess, they don't really explain why she does, but I guess maybe she feels pity for them, and also too, she lost her students. It's kind of like, if Bruce Lee were to like lose a student, what I'm saying, because of his actions or something. I mean, that's how I equate it to. And because Bruce Lee to me is like one of the greatest of all time. Excuse me, like better than Chuck, and I like Chuck Norris, but Bruce Lee, by far the greatest. But and then
absolutely.
And it goes a little bit more. I won't say any. The only thing I will say is that there are 2 characters in it, in the first one, and in the Ghost Rider one and this one, that shows up and tries to tempt both of them. And I won't say who it is.
Really?
Yeah. and what's great,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
What's weird is that they show up in the same form but different. But yeah, they show up in the same form but different looks of that form. So I'm not trying to be. I don't want to give out what it is, you know.
Yeah, you know, yeah. You want to,
because I really want people to read this book because it's so good. And but yeah, at the end, awesome, yeah, at the end, she, man, yeah, I won't give any more away. But closer to the end of the book, she basically gets into a fight that I won't say whether she wins or loses, but 10 years have passed. So basically now I believe she's like a teenager, like when she was sentenced to death by Shalal. Well, it's been like 10 years, like a decade. And apparently Kunlun reappears. And the guy who threw her out is like, hey, you know, Shalal has been reborn. So now he is Shalal the Undying. Will you be our champion? Will you be our Iron Fist? And also too, Jason Aaron says, which he takes from the Immortal Iron Fist lore, that basically that the powers of the Iron Fist is a curse. It's not a gift. You know, you are cursed with this power, and because you'll never live like a normal life, basically, and basically she basically refuses it. She's like, nope, I'm gonna go my own way. You know, you didn't want me before. Screw that noise. Screw yo Shalal the Undying. I'll beat his ass again if I have to. You know, it's and yeah, and then I won't say what happens at the end, but since she is a part,
so it's well worth the $4, and you suggest people get it, huh?
Yes.
I'm sold. I'll probably pick it up next time I'm there.
Yeah, Mountain Empire Comics, if they got a copy, man, or if they don't, if they can't get another one, I would check Dwayne's World. But yeah, man, I mean, it's worth the $4, man. And just
shout out to Mountain Empire.
Yes. Yeah, they're the ones where we do our live streams. We've had 2, and hopefully we can do more over there. But yeah, it's really good. Like I really, it's
we need to try to do a live stream at Play It Again, the arcade over there.
I mean, I don't even think anyone would hear us, man, if we do that.
I went to that arcade, dude, and it is phenomenal.
I know, man. I seen
$10. You play all day.
$10.
$10.
Dude, I saw pinball. I saw the pinball machines, man, in the left-hand corner, man, all the way in the back, dude. Yeah. I love me some pinball. And plus, too, I seen you, man, with the Rampage machine, bro. I want to play that so bad.
Just all kinds of old school games, man. They got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
They do.
Where you can play all 4 dudes. Yeah.
Damn.
They got Gauntlet. They got Galaga. They got Space Invaders. They got Frogger. They got everything. I mean, they got it all, man. It's awesome.
Do they have the Simpsons?
They have the old Tron game.
They have
the Simpsons arcade game there.
Damn. Okay, man. Now you sold me. Yeah, dude. We're definitely gonna have to have like a, even though we do it like in the back, we got to try to get like a light.
And you can drink there.
Really? So it's like silver.
You can drink there. They're looking to get their liquor license. But right now it's BYOL, bring your own liquor.
Okay.
So you can bring your own liquor in, and then I think you pay a small surcharge to have your own liquor in there. It's like $5, but who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, no, man, it looked pretty packed, dude. Like the photos you put up on Facebook, man. I hope you don't mind me saying
it was packed. And they've got Dragon's Lair.
Really? With Dirk.
Yeah, pretty much all the old school games that you can name, they have in there. I'm going to talk to them about getting Space Harrier in there, but
are the people pretty cool?
It's phenomenal. Oh yeah. It's got Tekken. It's got Mortal Kombat 2 in there.
Yeah, I saw the Mortal Kombat 2, dude. I used to love that, man.
It's just loaded, man. And the people there are really cool. So, and it was packed last night, wasn't it? It was packed.
Jeez, man.
So check it out. Play It Again Arcade over there by Mountain Empire Comics, which is right next to the movie theater. So that place is getting big. And a shout out to Jack's, what is it? Jack's Deli over there.
Oh,
Jack's
there's a Jack's
Restaurant.
Deli?
Dude, the food, the Jack's Restaurant. It's right around the corner there. It's in the same strip mall, and the food there is phenomenal. And they have if you're a beer fan, they have 15 different types of beer there on tap.
Holy shit.
So it's good. It's a nice place, and the food's excellent. So, I mean, hopefully with Mountain Empire and the movie theater and, Play It Again and Jack's, hopefully that place will start growing up. There's a lot of younger kids going in there. And I say kids, by kids, I mean 28 to 35. I'm 50. So, but, yeah, there's some there. I have a feeling that place will be happening if it can keep going. So yeah, it's nice.
Oh, cool. Jason wanted to know, did they have the 90s X-Men game there?
They didn't. Oh,
they didn't? Oh man, dude. I bought that, man. It actually was on the Xbox. I don't know if they put it back up, but it was on the Xbox store. And I got it for like $3, man.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I yeah.
That's a great buy.
Yeah, I love, man. I also too, man. I love that they took the pilot of Pride of the X-Men, the first, what was it, series? Because before they did.
Well, there was only one episode. Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. They were going to do that.
It was their pilot.
Yeah, it was the only pilot. Yeah, Pride of the X-Men. But I love that art, man. The art
with the Australian Wolverine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah. With the Aussie Wolverine, shrimp on the bobby. What the hell? Bunch of pissed off Canadians. It's the only guy we got. Why?
It's the only guy we got. So do you want to...
Why'd you make him Australian?
You wanna get into Glass now? Transition our way.
Well, let's do that. Let's throw up a spoiler alert because I'm gonna give it all away.
Okay. So if you don't,
okay, the movie should be, yeah.
So
if you don't want to know about it, don't watch.
Right, do this. Okay, so like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers ahead. Oh yeah, Wayne's Road.
The title should, the title of the movie should be Ass. It is probably the worst letdown since I went and saw The Spirit. It's beautifully filmed. It's really well done. The story's very intricate. And the end of the movie just shits all over everything that had been that came over the last 2 hours. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. Had they just added another 10 minutes, it would have been incredible. But they build up to this huge fight that you're waiting for at the end of the film, and it just doesn't materialize. The two protagonists scuffle on the ground a little bit near the end of the film, and let's start at the beginning. It's only a little while after the events that happened in Split, 3 weeks, and our hero, played by Bruce Willis, from the character he played in Unbreakable, he is on the lookout for the Horde, aka the Beast. He's looking for him. And his son, from the movie, who's all grown up now, from the first film, is helping him out. He's like his Micro, and he is out on the hunt for him. Apparently, the Horde has kidnapped, 4 more people, or 4 more young ladies, and he's going to sacrifice them. And Bruce Willis stops it. In the meantime, they're captured by police, and they end up in this insane asylum. And the movie just is really cool. It focuses on each character individually, and they show Glass Mr. Glass again, and he's been in the asylum for, you know, quite a while. It's been 19 years since the original film, so he's been in there for that long, and he's drugged up and slobbering all over the place for most of the film. And then you find out eventually that he's not really drugged up. He's just playing a part. And there's a young lady who is trying to convince them that they're crazy, that they don't have superpowers, and that they're just, you know, they're just brain damaged. And the whole film really is a neat look at superheroes, but like I said, near the end, it just falls apart. The Glass, you know, he's, like I said, he's playing like he's got some sort of, you know, like he's all drugged up, but what he's doing the whole time is he's switching his pills out and sneaking out, and he eventually helps the Horde escape, or the Beast, the Horde, helps him escape, and wants him and the Beast to go to this new building, which is all over the news, that's being built, and it has a Japanese name. Let's call it the Nakatomi Tower because Bruce Willis is in it.
Sounds good, man.
So he wants them to go there, and he wants, since all the cameras are there, and there's a big, you know, there's a big opening going on. He wants to blow up the building, and he wants the cameras to film this big battle between Bruce Willis's character and the Horde. And they don't even get out of the parking lot, which is why it's kind of disappointing. They get out in the parking lot. There's a big scuffle going on. All these people show up, and you start seeing people with this clover on their hand, and they all belong. Apparently, they reveal it at the end that they all belong to this group who are trying to make sure that superheroes aren't made known to exist, because it would be unfair to normal people. But which I'm fine with. But the whole battle, they should have gone and had a big raging battle, you know, with those two throwing cars at each other. And I'm talking some FX here, and made it look cool. But instead, the Horde gets shot and dies. Glass gets kicked in the chest by the Horde because the Horde finds out that Glass caused his father to be killed on that. He was in the train accident that made Bruce Willis realize he had powers. So because his father was killed, he was left with his mother, who beat him, which caused the split personalities and caused the Horde, and he was responsible for it. So he gets mad, kicks Glass in the chest, and basically kills him there. And then they drown Bruce Willis, and it's just so disappointing. They drown him in a puddle in the parking lot, and it's such a horrible end to these characters. It really could have had a mythic battle, and I would have been fine with them killing them off at the end and having the exact same ending, but have a battle. You know, you're building up for this battle. You want to see these guys, you know, take the kid gloves off and go at it, and nothing happens. He just basically shits all over his story, and it ends. And it was all a ruse by Mr. Glass to have the video of the whole thing released to the public so the world knows that there are superheroes. They could have done all that, but still had this big epic battle. They didn't, you know. And to have a character that was so cool that Bruce Willis played, who they're calling the Overwatch or the Overseer, to have him drowned in a puddle in the parking lot of an insane asylum by just a normal dude who was just holding his head underwater because his weakness is water, was just a spit in the face to the fans that wanted to see something cool happen. So, yeah. And basically the Beast died because the girl that he kidnapped in the first movie came back to see him to see if he was okay, which makes no sense because this dude ate her friends in Split, right? Did you see Split?
Yeah, I've seen Split, but they weren't her friends.
Yeah, but still, they were associates. I understand that they weren't friends in school, but they knew each other. She was kidnapped with them, you know. But
Yeah,
why would she care about whether this guy is okay or not?
Well, they kind of like I recently seen Split, and like they kind of, because she came from like a broken home and stuff like that, she actually was invited to go out with the girls and stuff. Like the girls didn't even want her to fucking, excuse me, did not want her to come with them. I mean, it was the father.
I'm not saying they were best pals. I'm not saying they were best pals, but they were still all kidnapped together, and he ate those girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then tried to kill her. I mean, come on. Why would she care about whether this guy was okay or not? And the only reason he died is because she was hugging him. She was hugging him after he got shot, so he died. I'm like, this is weak.
Okay, wait. Repeat that again. She hugged. Did he get shot before? Like shot up and stuff? And
no. She was there, and she interrupts everything, and then Kevin, the actual person within the horde, the guy who was the host to the multiple personalities,
Kevin,
she makes him come out, and when she does that, he gets shot, and then she hugs him so he'll stay in the light, and then he dies with her hugging him. I was at least hoping that the horde would reemerge and there would be some big fight, but and then he dies. I mean, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And at that point, I was sitting in the theater going, this is bullshit. I'm like, this is shit. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. And what really cranked me off was it was such a great film until the end. And I'm like, this is an awesome movie. And then the end happened. And I was like, that just ruined everything. That just ruined it. I will never see this again. Ever. So if y'all want to go see it, waste your money.
I know. Well, I will see it, and because I am curious. And there are things that I want, that I've read reviews and I've seen reviews about this movie. And the things that I've heard and seen is that a lot of people are saying that, hey, listen, look, the preview, the fight that you see in the previews where the horde or the beast and the overseer, when they jump out the window, it's like that's like before they jump out that window together, like there's like a fight scene, and that's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan saying, listen, look, here's your epic battle with them. Let's just get that
and it wasn't out of the way, good.
And then.
It wasn't even that big of a battle. I mean, it was just disappointing on a lot of levels. Yeah. Like I said, it's a beautiful film, and it's well written until the end. All he needed to do was add another 10 minutes to it and have a big battle, and he could have ended it exactly the same way. And don't drown your main character in a puddle in the parking lot.
And see, this is where I'm going to disagree with you, man, because I think I like it. I mean, I actually like that. I like it because the simple fact is okay, so here's the thing. Is it really his weakness that it is water? Or is it that he had such a traumatic experience with water because he has post-traumatic stress disorder from that experience in Unbreakable from water that
and that's what caused this weakness.
That triggers him? Because basically, okay, so you said that this guy is just a normal human being, right? This guy with the clover on his hand or was it wrist?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, so it's on his wrist, and I'm guessing the inside. So this normal dude who's a part of the secret society is drowning him in a puddle of water. Well, basically, water is his weakness because it's psychological. So basically, he has no. Yeah. It's kind of like Gladiator, right, from Marvel, where his confidence is what gives him strength. But if he ain't confident in himself, then you can just beat his butt all day. And that's basically how I see it. When I heard about this scene, I'm like, okay, because I'm trying to play it visually in my head. Okay, if this dude's just drowning him in a puddle of water, is the only thing that can drown him, is that basically David Dunn is just like, I can't, water's my, water. And he's like panicking. So there he has no confidence left in himself. And if it's just a normal dude, it's like then basically David Dunn's already dead, because if he truly believes that water is his weakness, then yeah, I mean he's done skiing.
What I think would have been a better writing, and I'm saying this as a writer, so to speak, would have been him realizing that water wasn't a weakness while he was being drowned.
Yeah.
And fighting back. You know, I would have done that. And then I would have had the horde reemerge because he realized he was dying. And then I would have had the epic battle.
Yeah, kind of like.
And then I would have had them killed off.
Well, it's like you're talking about like doing like the
what he
Incredible Hulk thing. Basically, it's like
yeah.
Like basically, okay, like Bruce Banner. It's like it's kind of like, you ever read Hulk: The End, where it's like Bruce Banner tries to kill himself as many times as he tries, but the Hulk will never let him do that, even though the world has gone to poo. It's dead. You know, the world. I mean, but the lone survivor, even the cockroaches have died, is the Hulk, and the Hulk has taken over. It will never let Banner die. And that's kind of like, and that would have, for me, on some level, that would have been cool. But I like this way, where basically, what I love about Anya Taylor-Joy's character in the first one, and to me, is because she tried to commit suicide, and that's why when the Beast, she shot that motherfucker like 5 times and shit. Locked up in that cage, and he pulls her wrist like this, and he sees the marks that basically that he could tell that you were actually abused physically, sexually,
I can understand why. I can understand motivations. I understand why he didn't kill her. I get that, but there's no way that she would have been in that traumatic situation. Now, this is a high schooler. There's no way she would have been in that traumatic situation and then given a shit about what happened to this guy.
That's what I'm saying.
She would have wanted to see him dead.
Is that okay? I'm guessing that she's okay. Like then, because I don't know how many months later it is, but I'm guessing she's probably like a junior.
3 weeks later.
Oh, 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm guessing she's like either 17 or 18 or even 16. She's still a teenager. She's an adolescent. And in those times, even in my adolescence, I went through like a lot of shit in high school. High school was the fucking worst for me. And her, like if this person, because she went through this traumatic experience, and she could see that Kevin is going through a traumatic experience as well, and Kevin lets her go basically, or just says, or just leaves. She thinks that he's redeemable. I'm guessing. I'm kind of grasping at straws, but I'm guessing the most logical sense is that, okay, she believes, okay, he didn't kill me, he's redeemable. It's like the whole thing that people talk about Star Wars with Kylo Ren. I mean, everybody wants Kylo Ren to be redeemable in number 9, even though the motherfucker killed his father.
I get that. I get that motivation, but what I'm saying is, and just like you said, is it's grasping at straws. It's, in my opinion, poor writing. And just a reason to have, one character from each person's life, because Glass's mom was there, David's son was there, and this girl was there. It was just a reason to get. It was a weak plot device to get her back into the storyline. That could have, and it probably could have been handled a better way, is all I'm saying. I just feel like M. Night does these really incredible movies, and then he just, I don't know, he lets me down a lot. I mean, I loved Signs. I loved I See Dead People. I loved
that's excellent.
I love The Devil. I hated The Happening. I hated The Village. I mean, he's hit or miss. And unfortunately, I just expected a whole lot more out of this movie, because Unbreakable was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Split was really, really good. And I just don't think it lived up to its potential.
I think, okay, so
in my
this is
opinion.
my thing. I have not seen the movie, but I mean, I've seen clips and people's thoughts, like I said before. The thing that I look at it,
Yeah.
I would probably say, like, everything that you're telling me, I actually like. Now, I can see where you're like, hey, listen, look, I understand what you tried to do, but the execution sucked. Yeah, it sounds like exactly what Jason said, Stockholm syndrome, like what was happening with Anya Taylor-Joy's character. But also, too, yeah, and basically she, but I like the whole fact that basically her, Anya Taylor-Joy's, I can't remember her character's name, but she may have felt like a love for him, whether it be a just a genuine love for him, or maybe a more romantic love for him. Like, you know, it's one of those things of why do good women love bad boys? You know, it's like, that's the whole, well, because I mean, they are a great norm. What's that?
But I get all that. And like I said, the entire movie was fantastic until the end.
Mm-hmm.
The way he executed the end ruined everything that happened before it. And I just think if he had written a little bit more and he had given, now, you got to realize that we're an audience that expects in a superhero movie for there to at least be one big battle. A big one, not like the one they had in the beginning, which lasted 3 seconds. I mean, you know, just, it would have been cool because all 3 movies were a build-up for a showdown that really never happened.
But that's
why it was disappointing.
But that's you as a viewer going off of this. All right, baby, we're gonna get this big, and I kind of like it because it's like, fucking gotcha. Because it's like, you think, because
exactly, and you know, that's fine. You know, M. Night can write what he wants. And I'll never take that away from a writer because I write what I want. But I mean, come on, you know, I just felt like I wasted money, and I should have waited to rent it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, so like, if we were in reverse roles, I mean, because of what you said, like, I don't know the execution of it, so that's one thing I don't know. But I do like that he was going for something new and something different, and basically subverting people's expectations of this, hey, world-ending event, or the superhero and the supervillain have to go, because it's like, okay, like, was because it goes into like psychology, because so with the, what's his name, is Kevin is suffering from DID, dissociative identity disorder. Dude has like 23 personalities, which is the Horde, and then you have the 24th personality, which is the Beast. And so is he really a villain because he was physically abused by his mother because of all this traumatic
exactly. No, I get all that. And that was great.
I mean,
I get all that, and that was great, and I agree with you. Is he really a villain? I get all that, but you could have done all of that. You could have done all of that. You could have done everything that he did in the movie, but just add an extra 10 minutes at the end. It was a weak ending.
But that's what I'm saying.
It was weak.
It's one of those things where I'm a person, I do not like to be handheld in things. I'm like, I want to know, okay, why did this person go this route? Why did they not?
I'm not asking for a hand-holding.
Well, that's what I'm. But a lot of people, it's either what I'm getting to. It's either this way. You gotta be spoon-fed or handheld to who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, or if you're not given enough information, you're like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? Because I have no idea what happened. And a lot of people, 8 times out of 10, they're not willing to do more research into, okay, what was the director's motivation? Well, was it studio interference? Was it this? Was it that? Okay, what I know is that M. Night Shyamalan pretty much had a full say on this, because he was given the Osham hammer M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, or whatever you want to call him. He was given full reins because he was given a budget of $30 million, probably with promotions and marketing and all that jazz. It would probably came out to probably $10 or $20 million. So we'll just say $50 million just for budget alone of the movie and marketing. So, I mean, it's made its money here and overseas. I mean, it's made I think like $90 million.
It's made its money
so
back.
far. It's even doubled. So it's profitable even if you go by the doubling of it. And but the thing is that, and I understand where people expectations are like, listen, look, it's supposed to be a superhero movie, and we need to have this final showdown, because you have this crescendo, rising up, and next thing you know, you're like, David Dunn, really strong dude, gets fucking dies by a puddle of fucking water. It's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, because you're expecting him to go out like a boss, and next thing you know, a puddle of water and a regular guy, because of his psyche, because of him not believing in himself, him being taken down by a puddle of water internally, right, kills him.
Yeah.
I mean, and to me, that's pretty baller. I mean, it's like, well, fuck. I mean, you just get a cup of water. Here you go, David Dunn. Oh, yeah.
It was stupid.
But it's something that's like, you haven't seen that before. That's the thing. It's one of those. It's because everybody wants to go out like a boss, but what happens usually? A person just walks down to the convenience store and gets hit, or goes for a pack of smokes and gets run over by a drunk driver or some shit. Usually,
and if I wanted to see that, I would go downtown and I'd watch shit happen. But I paid money to see a movie and be entertained, to escape real life. I mean, that's what escapism is.
But that's but we kind of already knew this because of M. Night Shyamalan was trying to say, listen, look, man, this is real world, and like comic books are kind of like the mythology, that there are people, and that's what Mr. Price.
That's what Mr. And there was another complaint. And here's another complaint. Here's another complaint. M. Night Shyamalan must not read comics, because everything he had Mr. Glass say made zero sense. Oh, it's from a limited edition. Oh, you mean a miniseries? Is a miniseries? Is that what you're talking about? Because I mean, come on, read it. Learn about comics if you're going to write about comics. That's like those assholes that call comic books graphic novels. They're comic books. Graphic novels are a collection of comic books.
Well, I will say this. I don't like when people call them floppies. I mean, I say it very, very casual. I'll say floppy as in just being sarcastic, or being sardonic. Yeah. But I hate to say flop. Like Martin Ellis, like phenomenal writer. He will call them floppies, and it's like, dude, you're disrespecting the art, bro, or disrespecting books in general. This is you're part of the machine.
They're comic books.
Yeah, it's
they're comic books.
I mean, I
embrace it. Don't try to fancy it up. Don't try to church it up. It's a comic book.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like with Glass, and I love how it. I will say this: it kind of sucks that Glass was. I like that Glass was involved with Kevin's father's death. I didn't like it that they tied it back to the train. I will say that I wish it was another event, because you see in Glass's office at the end of Unbreakable, the fucking train wasn't it was like the last one. It wasn't the fucking first. I mean, how many of these catastrophic events did he fucking pull off? That could have been a terrorist.
Yeah, to try to make a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I would have loved it had Kevin come from a different one. He's like, hey, listen, look, Dad, him like saying, hey, Dad, remember the bombing and blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, because I know that Kevin, or not Kevin, fucking the son of David Dunn he's the one that yells out who, like, this is what happened to Kevin, or he yells it out, and that's when Kevin. I know that part. And but it would have been cool if they would have said another event, because he did multiple events, and that's the only thing that where I'm just like, oh, that sucks, is that they kind of
a little too convenient.
Well, again,
I felt that
the fucking train. It's just like
I honestly felt like a lot of it was weak or almost lazy writing. Like I said, I love the first hour and a half of the film. I thought it was incredibly well done, but I think that the anticlimactic ending took away from it. All they had to do was just a little bit more, and it would have been an incredible film. And I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of people that are leaving that theater that feel the same way that I did. And the only reason that it's made the money that it's made so far is because the other two movies were so good.
Yeah.
You know, but once word of mouth gets out, people are just not going to want to see it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Like, that's like bragging about the incredible money that Batman and Robin made, but it was based on the amount of money or how good the first two movies were. Or was that Batman Forever that was the third film? I can't remember.
Batman Forever was the third.
Yeah, and that made a ton of money, but it was because people were so excited to see another Batman film based off of how good the first two films were.
Well, Batman and Robin did too. I mean, that's the thing that people forget. It's like it didn't lose money. It made a shit ton of fucking money. I mean,
no, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't lose money. It made money, and that's people hoping that it's as good as the movies preceding.
Well, I mean, that's like our boy Aquaman. Broke $1 billion, but critics fucking panned the shit out of it. And that's the thing, but audiences love it. And you and I are both two people that fucking love it. And that's
I thought it was a great movie. I mean, it had its issues. It had its weird lines that really kind of felt out of place. But as a whole, the movie was excellent.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one of the things. Like I actually loved the talking about like a crescendo leading up to the final battle with Morgan and Arthur. I thought that was great, man. Especially when Arthur's mom comes out or their mother comes out and stuff at the end and like killing and stuff like that. I thought that was great. And that's how you do it. I mean, would have people liked to have seen something like that in Glass? Yes, probably. Or something close to that. I imagine so. Yeah. But I can understand being disappointed as fuck.
You still could have done everything that M. Night did. You still could have had that guy drown him in a puddle. You still could have had the shot happen. All I'm saying is there should have been an epic fight that everyone was expecting. I mean, they didn't have to make it to the tower to do the fight. The fight in the parking lot could have been much more epic than it was. But as it was just two dudes pushing each other up against a van.
Well, see, I mean, one thing they could have did too, I don't know if they do this in the movie. Do David and the Beast team up at one point at the end to try to take down the secret society?
No.
See, that
they didn't even know about the secret society until it was killing them.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't even think they didn't even know about the secret society at all. They were dead before it was even revealed.
Oh, really? Okay. See, because that would have been cool, man. Like if they would have teamed up together and then just kind of went out.
I take it back. Yeah, but I take it back. As he was drowning, she told him about it, so he knew about it right before he died. So. Oh,
really? Okay.
You're right. Now, that would have been cool had they gone out in a blaze of glory, teaming up against this society. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's like the Butch Dance and or the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, man. At the end, where they're just kind of like, you don't know what happens, man.
You're running out there just
I love that movie, dude. It's just so good, man.
Oh, it's great. Oh, it's fantastic.
Because I love how you don't know what happened, man, but you can imagine, they were fucking baller. They were legend.
Oh yeah. It was You just picture them just being riddled. with bullets.
Oh yeah. It's like they ain't making out alive. It's like, but yeah.
No, I mean they were surrounded
like a beast.
And they were like, fuck it. They were, that was awesome. That was awesome. But you know, that's just one man's opinion, and I expected a little more, and was disappointed. It's not Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's not even Unbreakable. It's just not.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's like I mean I heard this on another review too, and I read this as well, that had this come out, had this movie been made had Split been made like a 2 or 3 years or even 4 years after Unbreakable, and then this one been made like 2 or 3 years after Split, it would probably be a different way. People would probably look at it differently because of some factors. Like a lot of people are so used to the comic book format now. I mean, you have Marvel with their like 20 and 21 movies, well, fucking 22, 23 now, with Far From Home, the new Avengers movie coming out, Captain Marvel. So you got 23. You know, Avengers. Infinity War, I believe, was 20th.
I still think audiences would have been a little disappointed, but I don't think I would have been as disappointed as I was had this come out. You know.
Yeah, because the expectation, because then that's because what I'm saying is like the expectation would not be there. It'd be like, yeah, it's a lot of people would come out as very anticlimactic, but the thing about Shyamalan is that it's like he makes you look over here when you should be looking over here, right? You know, he makes you pay attention to this shit, and it's like, you know, not really so much of a twist, because I know that people were like, well, the twist is that they die, but also too that, oh yeah, there's a secret society that goes after superheroes because they don't want them to get, and also too they don't even say how. I'm guessing they don't even say how superheroes are made or anything like that. It's like, is it a gene?
Not really.
Is it just by?
Not really.
Because see, that's the thing too, is that I don't.
One would assume it would be because of the cloud that they detected on their frontal lobes during the MRIs. That it is a form of brain damage caused by traumatic experiences, which, you know, I'm good with that.
Yeah, because I read somewhere that they said that, listen, look, we can there's like a laser technology that I've seen the scene where Sarah Paulson's character, Dr. Ellie, is there, and looks like this machine, and I guess it makes like a laser, and it cuts that cloud out, where it's like we can have you live like a normal life and stuff, but she wants to go. I know somebody said when I was talking to him that they were trying to go in a more humane route. That's why they were trying to be like, hey, listen, look, you don't really have powers. You're not like this person. And just trying to use reverse psychology on them to basically be like, you know, you've done, it's like the woman who it's like their baby is underneath the car. And, you know, we hear about the woman just having this, you know, uber strength to save the child, you know, right? You know,
the society itself wants to take these people out humanely. In other words, they want to cure them of their superheroing. And in lieu of that, if that doesn't work, then they execute them. But you know, and all the parts, like I'm saying, all the parts were there to make it incredible, and I just feel like it fizzled. That's all.
That's cool, man.
That's like buying this really cool firework and hoping it will just be awesome, and it turns out to be a bunch of snakes that just.
Well, see, I love, man, like director's commentary, and so I am very much intrigued, man, to hear. Even if I just rent the Blu-ray from like Redbox, to hear M. Night Shyamalan's take on this when he's like, okay, like here's this scene. Oh yeah, also too, this is where people kind of got pissed because I mean I've heard directors' commentaries where he's just kind of like, yeah, it's like because they come in like right because they have to record that stuff after all the critics have and the fans have like this is the one where people got pissed at, but I was actually going for this, but no one ever actually wanted to know, so it's like you people on the Blu-ray commentary get to know now. So
and I'm good with him wanting to do something different or show something on the psychological side or push that out there. But your audiences have to pick that up.
Yeah.
And let's face it, American audiences, of which I am one, are not that bright. I am not very smart. All right.
Oh yeah. I mean,
entertain me.
Well, it's like,
and I'm fine with, doing a twist. And, the whole twist on the movie was that, like you said, there was a society out trying to kill Super, but also that Glass had a plan the whole time to send a live feed out of the battle that was going on so that people knew about superheroes. I saw that coming a mile away, just like in The Village. If anyone watched The Village and didn't realize that The Village was taking place right now before, they revealed it at the end, they weren't paying attention. It just wasn't much of a surprise. So,
well, I mean, that's
where I stand.
Okay, like I did like The Village. I didn't pick up on certain things in The Village. I didn't realize that it was when it was finally revealed that it was happening now. And was it Bryce Dallas Howard's character goes over the wall to get the medicine and stuff like that. And I didn't, I was fucking bamboozled by that, but I wasn't really paying attention. But also too, like I've actually heard the director's commentary in The Sixth Sense by M. Night Shyamalan, and he's like, listen, look, man, there were key things to, if you paid attention, that Bruce Willis was a dead person, but nobody picked up on it. But also too, there were certain scenes in that movie where he pulled back. He was like, this would be giving too much away. And he was like, I left this portion out and stuff. And that's what I like, because I didn't even know Bruce Willis was dead. And I think but he did leave those breadcrumbs there where you could see that. And that's what's cool. What I'm saying is that's cool that you picked that up in The Village. I didn't, like I was like, really? I just heard, I just remember.
I think the thing with The Village was I'm an old jaded sci-fi fan, and I've seen it before.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure there was a Twilight Zone episode like this, or a One Step Beyond episode that was like The Village, and so I picked it up early, and that's just from being a nerd that has watched shit for 50 years.
Yeah.
I can see where people wouldn't have gotten it if they weren't familiar with that type of story, but it was a very O. Henry story that I had run into in the past. Hell, I could have read it in a Tales from the Crypt or something.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so that's where.
But I.
And I mean, no. The only thing I remember is William Hurt, his character, telling Bryce Dallas Howard that his father, her grandfather, was like really good with money and stuff like that. But he was really, I mean, but he had what was it, a drinking problem or something like that, or but he was in his his professional life, he was great. He was a great business person, but his personal life, on the other hand, he was shit. Yeah. So that's kind of like what I got from his conversation with Bryce Dallas Howard. And I'm like, okay, so, and then when they finally do the big reveal, of them all being in the meeting together, I think it was like AA or some type of allegory for AA. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that totally makes fucking sense now. Yeah, man. And like, because when the creatures first showed up, man, I was like, holy shit, man, they're delving into some supernatural crap. I'm like, because you see that one creature like mark the door, it's in red, and red's the bad color. I was just so enthralled with it, man. I didn't even see that it was that it was because the creature, because the suit was so big, man. I was like, damn, man, that's like massive. I was just so enriched into the movie that I wasn't really paying attention about anything else. I was like, God damn, man, there's like some supernatural shit going on. They're gonna have to call the Ghostbusters or something. I don't know, man, but
I did enjoy Devil.
See, like Devil is actually produced by Shyamalan, or M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, Shyamalan. It's not directed by him. It's only produced by him.
Which is probably why it was good.
Yeah, probably. But he did After Earth with Jaden Smith and Will Smith, and the reason why I say Jaden Smith first, because that totally did the old the old rope-a-dope, man. It totally did a 180 on you. It's like, you think it's going to be a Will Smith movie? Oh no, his son goes out there and does all that shit, and Will Smith is
just, good.
No, man. It's like, I've seen a little bit of it and I had to turn it off, man. I was like, this is fucking retarded, man. It's like part of my language and all. But I liked
Jaden Smith in Karate Kid, even though it should have been Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, he was really good in that movie. I've seen that movie and I really liked it, but I would never have called that the Karate Kid, because I'm big into Johnny Lawrence, man. Johnny friggin' Lawrence is my boy. You know what I'm saying? Daniel LaRusso killed his girl. All right, they were just taking a break.
That's right, he did.
I know, and that's the thing that just pisses me off, man. Is that everybody, and Johnny doesn't even do anything to the kid. Daniel is the one who lays hands on him first, and then LaRusso goes right after him. Johnny trips him, out of instinct, and then he's trying to talk to his lady, Elizabeth Shue. He's like, "What? I didn't do anything. He just tripped over my foot." It's like, yeah,
he was trying to mac up this woman.
Yeah,
and just
I know. It's like, and like, she was the one that gave Johnny the headband and stuff. It's like, shit, man. It's like, yeah. I mean, fucking, Russo comes in and just screws up everything. It's like,
I just don't feel that it was appropriate to call the Jackie Chan film that takes place in China the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
and that was just. I mean, karate is a Japanese martial art.
Yes.
If you were going to do it, it should have taken place in Japan. Now, if you wanted to do the film you did, there was nothing stopping you from calling it the Kung Fu Kid, except the fact that you wanted to get those Karate Kid dollars. You wanted to get those Karate Kid butts in the seat.
Yeah, people are going off of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, the last thing I'll say about fucking the Karate Kid, and this is the icing on the taco here. Because the move that Daniel LaRusso did was fucking illegal. Because I've been to karate tournaments, and that's an illegal kick that he did. But somehow that motherfucker won. Because, like, my brother, man, he used to do karate tournaments in fucking Florida, man. And you could not do fucking full-on kicks to the face, man. You get fucking icks.
I'm pretty sure that Mr. Miyagi was floating some ducats over to the judges.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I do understand. Yeah, I mean, Johnny did an illegal kick. He got a warning and shit. But fuck, man, LaRusso didn't get anything. It just, he wins. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Oh yeah, you want to be? I got pissed off at that shit. I was like, what the shit?
Dude, that's one of Kelly's favorite movies. You two should talk about it. That's
oh my god, it's a great movie. I own the special edition on fucking DVD, man. I love that movie. I mean, the first one, the Karate Kid, so good, man. And
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I love Johnny Lawrence so much, man. I got a fucking Funko Pop of the dude, man. That one of my ex-girlfriends got me. I'll show you, man. Hold on.
That's awesome. He's off to get his Daniel or his.
See, look at this, man. See, what does that say?
His
Johnny motherfucking Lawrence.
Cobra. That's awesome, dude. He's got a little Cobra Kai suit on. That's awesome.
I know, man. He's a fucking baller, man.
Dude, that's wicked cool.
Yeah, man. Like the lady I was going out with at the time, she was like, "Do you like the Karate Kid?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Who do you like? You like the main guy or the sensei?" I'm like, "Hell no! It's all about Johnny motherfucking Lawrence." And she's like, "Who's that? Let me show you." And yeah, and then for like,
he was honestly, I mean, he was kind of that stereotypical '80s douche. Just looking at him, you know what I mean?
yeah, but
they just did him perfectly. They gave him the douchey haircut. They, he was that '80s guy, But yeah, I can see looking at it that way. Yeah, he Danny, what was his name? Danny?
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel LaRusso. So yeah,
Daniel. He stole his girlfriend. Of course, the guy was pissed.
I mean, it's like I'd be too. It's like wait a second.
I never looked at it. I never really looked at it from that side, but it rings true.
Yeah, because I could see the dude being like, "Hey, listen, look, man, we were just taking a." It's like, yeah, okay, boyfriend, girlfriend. You're in high school. Of course, you're gonna fucking break up and make up. That's how high school shit works, man. It's like I had a girlfriend in high school, and we broke up plenty of times, man. But we knew we were gonna get back together, so that's why I was like, "Yeah, dude." It's like, yeah, that sucks. It's like, when I.
Then again. You can't fault Daniel for going, "Oh, I see an opening."
yeah, Daniel was surely the opportunist in that one. It's like
he was very smart.
Yeah.
And he was definitely punching above his weight class because she was way too good looking to go out with him.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. Okay, and then Mr. Miyagi comes out of.
He was the fallback guy.
Oh, okay. So remember the scene, right? We are going off on a karate tangent, but remember the scene, dude. Okay, like when the Cobra Kai guys, Johnny and all the rest of the dudes are dressed up in the skull costumes. Next thing you know, they get Daniel cornered, and who starts whipping his ass? It's like, okay, it's mainly Johnny. Because because Johnny went to smoke a J, and next thing you know, he dumps water on him, for smoking a J. I mean, Johnny didn't do shit to this guy, right? Daniel saw an opportunity. He's like, ha ha ha! I'm gonna get back to this guy, And then so yeah, he corners him to be like, "Yo, hey man, what the f, bro? What the hell's your problem?" And the next thing you know, out of fucking nowhere, Mr. Miyagi jumps out and starts physically abusing children here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're underage. I mean, fucking hey, man. It's like
those kids needed their ass beat. I don't care whether an adult did it or not.
Services when you need it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it was the 80s.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. It's like
look, I had a hard enough time watching that movie back in the 80s and not looking at Pat Morita and thinking of Arnold's from Happy Days.
Oh yeah, dude.
So,
yeah. That's
over the years that's faded. I can watch it without thinking about that. But back then I was like, where's Richie? Where's the Fonz?
Yeah, pretty much, man. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, people. But I just had to go off on that 5-minute tangent about the Karate Kid because my God, man,
that was the best.
I know it's what the Karate Kid being the best or the rant being the best?
No, that rant. This is going down, and I'll say it: the annals of Gentlemen with Cocktails history, not the annals, the anals.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm done.
That's gonna have to be like a. You're gonna have to. We definitely need to put that rant in like a best of clip.
Probably, yeah. Well, thanks, man. Thank you for letting me go off on the rant because, dude, that's just when people bring that shit up, man. I'm just like, let me tell you something, brother. X, Y, and Z.
Johnny Lawrence was a hero.
I know, yeah. Johnny Lawrence was a fucking national treasure, man. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. I do. I get passionate about that shit, man. I do. It's like. You know, shit.
And that kid or that guy that was his sensei,
Oh,
he was the
man.
bad guy in every film in the 80s.
Oh, dude, I remember he was in First Blood Part 2 in the beginning, you know?
Yep.
Like, shit, what was,
He was always popping up somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, that guy, he's a good actor, man. I cannot remember his name. Shoot.
Let's look it up.
I remember he was Sensei Kreese in the Karate Kid. Yeah, John Kreese.
Right. I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad this didn't bring up the original Karate Kid from Legion of Superheroes.
Oh. Hey, Karate Kid, he was pretty badass though, man, on the Legion of Superheroes, man.
Oh hell yeah, he was.
Yeah, because he's the dude who can find any weakness, right? And
yeah,
that was pretty baller, man. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I liked about his.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, he's just a normal dude that's running with these ultra powerful guys. He's pretty impressive until he died.
Well, see, that's like dude. I mean, one movie that I have on now, I have this one on Blu-ray, is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, bro. I love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
That's a great movie.
I know, man. It's like,
what's that guy's name? Kreese?
Yeah, John Kreese. It's a Kreese, I believe, Kreese. Like Reese, but with a K added. At least, I mean, it's the character's name. I don't know the actual actor's name. It's the character. John Kreese is the character from Karate Kid 1 and 2, and also 3.
3 was kind of horrible.
Yeah, you have what the hell is it? Silver was the guy with the ponytail. I can't remember. Ian Griffin is the actor who played him, I believe. I remember he was in all those like 90s movies, like with Tia Carrera and stuff. He was in one.
Where the hell did she go?
I don't know, dude. I remember her from what was it? Showdown in Little Tokyo. Yeah, Wayne's World. But there was also this movie, man, with Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee called Showdown in Little Tokyo.
I never saw that. I love Brandon Lee.
Yeah, William.
And Dolph Lundgren.
Man, what is it? Is that?
What the hell, man? I can't find this guy.
Oh, Zapka. William Zapka is the guy who played Johnny Lawrence. Like, I know he was on an episode of How I Met Your Mother, and
yeah, I see him
himself. Yeah.
Oh, there he is, Martin Cove.
Yeah, Cove, man. That's that Martin Cove. Yeah.
Kept going right by it. Yeah, he was. Wow, born in 47. He's my mom's age.
Yeah, what's so?
Well, looks like he's got some movies. He's got some movies in pre-production and post-production. Still working.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. Look at that. Street Justice, Rambo, First Blood. Wild Side.
Justice, really? Dude, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Chips. He was in an episode of Chips.
Was he really? Oh my
and
god.
Barnaby
Eric Estrada?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show, dude, like when I was like a little kid, dude. My mom, man.
Oh, dude, he was in an episode of. He was in Starsky and Hutch, Quincy, The Incredible Hulk.
Was he in Starsky and Hutch and Incredible Hulk? Holy jeez.
Yeah. Hardy Boys. Oh my God, he's been acting. Kojak. He's been acting for years. McMillan and wife. My God.
Yeah.
His first acting role was in 1956.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's like Warren Beatty, man. He started on some like TV show. He started young, man, because he was like a movie star. Like he started when he was like 16, 15 or something. Yeah, but yeah, wow, he was in Wayne's World.
Hey, he was in the '94 Wyatt Earp.
Was he really? With directed by Costner, right?
I believe so. Let me take a look. He played Ed Ross.
Ed Ross.
Yeah, it was the Costner one.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
I'm trying to Ed Ross. Who the hell is Ed Ross? I mean, that sounds so familiar.
I have no idea.
I'm thinking.
And then
he
was on the Wyatt Earp.
Remember Ross from Red Dead? That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then he played.
Snug it in.
He played the same character on Return to Tombstone, the TV movie sequel to Wyatt Earp.
Oh, really?
I'll be damned. Dude, he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, yeah, because you said 47, right? I mean, well, shit, man. He's my fucking dad's age. He's my pop's.
Yeah, he's my mom's age.
He's like 40. My pop's like 43, I think, 45, something like that.
I just can't believe he was in Chips. He was in A Murder, She Wrote.
I know. Was he in Murder, She Wrote? Man, dude, if he's in Father
and Cagney and Lacey.
What's up?
He was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God. He was a regular on Cagney and Lacey.
My God.
123 episodes. That's wild. Man from Nowhere, Firehawk. Tales from the Crypt TV series.
I was in one of those. What's his name from Harry Anderson from Night Court was in one of those. You ever seen that one?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I remember.
He was in Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Who? Martin Cove?
Yeah.
Holy
he played
the old
2
one?
episodes.
Not
The Legend Continues.
Okay, yeah.
The 90s. The 90s one, yeah.
Dude, that was one of the best ones, dude. When they did I love like Kung Fu Legend Continues with David Carradine and the guy who played his son. I thought the dude who played his son was like really good. I don't know the actor's name.
It wasn't a bad show.
No, man. But it came on.
A bad show.
It came on so friggin' late, man. It came on like at 10 o'clock, man. Like, dude, I would have to sneak to watch that shit because I was supposed to be in bed by then. And it was an hour program too, man. It wasn't like 30 fucking minutes, man. So it was just like. But yeah.
Chris Porter played his son.
Who played his son?
Chris Porter.
Oh, really, Chris Porter? Yeah, because I remember he would always say "pops." I'm like, oh, hey, that's what I call my dad, Pops. They Pops.
He was on apparently the TV show The Heartland. Chris Porter was on that. He was a regular. I don't remember this kid. It's on The Young and the Restless.
And now we're just like going down a rabbit hole of like actors. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he was in The Pacifier.
Was he really? With Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Once, man. It's good. I like The Pacifier.
He was the voice of Remy LeBeau on the X-Men TV series.
Back in the 90s?
Yep.
Jeez.
92 to 96, he played Remy LeBeau on the cartoon Gambit.
Chris Porter?
Ah!
The guy from Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Legend Continues. Oh.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah. His son. And that was before The Legend Continues.
Yeah.
And he did the voice of Gambit on the Spider-Man, on the 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Really? Huh. You know who did the...
That's pretty cool.
You know who did the intro music for the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, right?
No, who?
Joe Perry. Guitarist for Aerosmith.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No shit. Yep.
See, it all comes back to comics.
I know, man. It's like, yeah, full circle.
Oh.
Well,
So
brother,
what have we learned on today's episode?
well, we learned that Johnny Lawrence is like the baddest man on the planet, and he got his friggin' girlfriend
That's
stole away by
true.
a fucking loser, Daniel Russo.
By a nerd who died in a fire in The Outsiders. What
do you say? What do you say? Stay pretty, pony boy. Stay
gold, pony.
Stay gold, pony.
Stay gold.
Stay gold, pony. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold. Yeah, I remember that.
Stay gold. I'm dying. All right. We learned that Freedom Fighters is excellent, even though I don't feel there's enough content in the book. We learned that Books of Magic is good. Mm-hmm. Again, it suffers from the same lack of content issue. The Dreaming is fantastic. If you want something really weird to read, it's really, really, really good. And you're suggesting the Avengers issue 14?
13.
13.
Yeah, it's really good.
And
I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't. It's really good.
Yeah. And what else were you recommending?
Shazam. Like if
Shazam, yes.
Yeah, by Jeff Johns. I have the first issue. I read the second issue digitally, but I mean, I'm gonna go by Mountain Empire and see if they have any more physicals, because I was just kind of curious. And but yeah, Shazam. The second one came out this week, so.
Yeah. And we learned that, in my opinion, Glass was not very good.
Yes, we did.
See it at your own risk. And, since I lowered your expectations, you'll probably like it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it, man. I mean, I'll probably do like a matinee showing. Yeah. But because I'm not gonna try to spend full price. But yeah, it's like.
Well, I went in, I went in not knowing anything about it, so that may have been why I was sorely disappointed. So, had I known some of this stuff prior, I may not have been so disappointed.
Well, see, the thing for me is I don't mind spoilers on certain things because of some fact. I look at it like this: a person can tell me, like when we saw Aquaman, right? Like a show that they did a review, they did no spoilers for it, but they said it was utter garbage. And for like half of a second, I was kind of hesitant, but I was like, you know what? Screw that noise. I've been raving Aqua Bro all this time. You ain't changing my mind, you stupid show, And we thought, we were like, this is fucking amazing. What are these people? What are they talking about?
Good.
And then come to find out, when I come home, these losers do another review saying, hey, maybe we were harsh on the old Aquaman. Were we? Maybe we need to watch it again. It's like, yeah, you think? Who would have thunk it? Yeah. It's just kind of like,
I told you I went back and rewatched
Godfather Part
and
3.
rewatched Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and the Justice League, and I thoroughly enjoyed them, watching them back to back. I think audiences' issues with those movies were so used to the Marvel formula that's what we expected out of those films. They're good movies. They're not as horrible as one would initially take seeing it the first time. So I liked them. What are you doing?
No. Okay. No. I was typing in the chat. Jason said that basically in one episode, I'm guessing referring to Spider-Man, the animated series in the 90s. In one episode, they make a reference to Aerosmith. He also says,
"Oh, cool!"
with the black costume changing Pete into him. So I guess it's the story arc where Pika. I mean, I remember that arc because it was like 4 or 5 episodes, and so yeah, I didn't realize that they made reference to Aerosmith in that. But hey, thank you so much, Jason, for letting us know. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's been a while since I've seen that cartoon, and I don't even think you can get it, man, on DVD or Blu-ray, man. That's what's bad. You can get all the other ones except for that '90s one, or early '90s one, which sucks. But yeah,
yeah. All right, yeah, man.
Yeah, so you're ready to?
Thank you, Jason.
Huh?
Great show. I'm glad we at least had someone watch it.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 people, man. We have 2 people, man.
Do we? Who else is in there?
Snoopy JP, I believe, unless that's
me.
Has left. Oh, you're Snoopy JP?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Well, we had a well, now we're down to 1, but no, we had 2. I mean, I think at one time we had like 3 or 4 people. One person came in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I think I scared him away with when I started getting into Johnny Lawrence being the man, and like
that was a little
Daniel
bit
LaRusso. Yeah, it's like they must have been a Mr. Miyagi fan, especially when I said that Mr. Miyagi is basically beating on children, and that's when they were like, okay,
don't
I'm out.
ever say another unkind word about Miyagi.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, exactly. It's like
the child beater.
Yeah, very much. I mean, that's what he is. It's like
that's a great way to look at it. All right, man.
And on that bomb,
I'm gonna let's end on
yeah
on Johnny Lawrence.
Exactly, Johnny motherfucking Lawrence. Woo! All right, everybody, we're gonna start winding down now. Thank you so much to everybody who came in and joined. Thank you once again to Jason Goldsberry once again for subscribing. We really do appreciate that. And everyone who watches now, later, in the future, please like and subscribe to the video and to the channel, Handsome Cobra. We are going to close now. So love to all. God bless. And aloha.
Check out Tripping Over Reality.
Woohoo!